Hello and welcome to a play session with the Nintendo Jump podcast. Today we're actually joined by a couple members of Decoy Games. How are you guys?
Good,
Amazing.
good. Happy to be
Ready
here.
to go.
Yeah, so I'll let you introduce yourselves a little bit. Obviously, we're going to be playing the game Swimsanity. Can you tell us like who you are, or a little bit about your role in the game?
Sure. So I'm Khalil Abdullah. I am co-founder and lead developer of Decoy Games.
Ahmed Abdullah, co-founder, also lead developer at Decoy Games.
That's
So, yeah,
awesome.
We're brothers too, by the way. So,
Yeah, if you haven't caught on that one yet.
so
Well, that's great. So, can you tell us a little bit about Swimsanity? I understand this is actually your first commercial game.
yeah. So our first commercial game on PC and all consoles is a 4-player underwater shooter with competitive and cooperative game modes. So you can play with or against your friends. We'll run through some of the modes today, but it goes from anything on the cooperative side. We have like an adventure kind of boss battle mode, a survival horde mode. And on the versus side, we have like your standard deathmatch, team deathmatch. We have like an elimination mode called Last Man Standing. We kind of have like a plan capture the flag called Orb Rush. Basically, the centerpiece of the game is you play this underwater aquatic hero called a Muba. And he has these powerful things that are called unleashes, and there's 13 of them in the game. You start off with 4 and you can unlock the rest, and they give you like these huge advantages in the game depending on how much damage that you do. And this can range from like having like a support heal, or becoming a huge piranha or a shark, or deploying attack drones around you. And they all kind of vary the way that you play. So, and it plays that same way across all different modes, but you'll see that there's a lot of different varied gameplay in there.
Oh, that's fantastic. I do want to call out. This is your first commercial game, and you decided to make a 4-player online crossplay multiplayer game with rollback netcode.
Yeah.
Like, you guys just really like jumping in, huh?
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll go all the way, and we'll see where it goes after we try every single like approach that a game can do. So,
How did you actually come up with the concept of this game? We'll get into the actual gameplay in just a second, but like, underwater multi-directional shooter. Where'd that come from?
I mean, it's gone through so many iterations, but when it first started, I was doing a class project, and at the time, I don't know if you guys ever played Game & Watch Gallery on the original Game Boy.
Yeah.
It's like a compilation of very classic old school arcade games, but like Nintendo puts like Mario characters in there. And one of the games up there was called Octopus. And it was a game where you'd play Mario and he'd go down to the bottom of the ocean to try to grab gold and bring it back up to his boat. And while he was doing it, there was like a huge octopus that like tried to grab him and attack him. And it had really catchy music and stuff. So during this project, I was inspired by that, and I wanted to put my own twist on it. So I said, okay, instead of an octopus, I'll add like some crabs, some jellyfish, like a blowfish. And it was the same concept. You still go down to the bottom of the ocean to grab gold and bring it back up to your boat. And like people in my classroom started playing it. Like they thought it was really fun. They'd play it before and after class and stuff. And then Ahmed saw that because he was like the year under me. And he was like, oh, we can make games now because we always wanted to do that. So he's like, let's see how far we can take this. So, and he was like, let's take this to the next level. Let's make it multiplayer. Let's add attacks. Let's add super moves. And just year after year, we just built on it. So what it is now, it kind of started off as this little cheesy, hyper casual game, and now it's a 4-player underwater shooter.
Jeez, how long has it been in development then?
So, I mean, this build is about, I'd say like, well, since from when it released to when it started build, I say like 3 years part-time. But I mean, we use this to teach ourselves. So like the concept started in 2009. And what we do is we build the game. We get to the end of that version of the game. We would look at where our skills are, look at what we liked and didn't like, and then we just start all over because we were like literally learning how to make games. And we use this game to teach ourselves how to develop games, and just like iteration after iteration, it kind of just became better and better until we finally got to a version where we're like, okay, we think this is the version we want to go to market with.
Wow,
That's excellent. How did you get the feedback? I mean, obviously you two playing and have your own tastes for what you want out of the game, but did you just have friends play, or how did you
we
get
started off. Yeah, we started off with having friends play. Just have them come over, start playing the game, and then once they kept telling us how much it sucked at the beginning, and then they started liking it quite a bit. And then we kind of got to going to conventions. That was our main thing. We always like interacting with people. We held like tournaments and things like that. And especially when you add these 13 unleashes in the game completely, you have to have a lot of balancing, and that's where we got a lot of the balancing from, is having people play at conventions and compete.
Excellent.
Oh man, this honestly, like, I'm not just saying this. Honestly, that's inspiring. You just kind of set out, we want to make a game, and then a few years later, with just you guys, like, this is a really really solid game. So I think let's actually jump into it.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So I got us started off in survival. This is our horde mode. So figure we learn how to play together before we rip each other to shreds. So
I didn't even think about the competitive side. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that.
the competitive side that's like the meat and bones of it. So
Okay.
Shark.
And with the shark, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Piranha because I think he's hilarious. So
We got a medic, so we're good.
I'm just
Yeah, we got
looking
a
to get
little bit of
hard
everything.
carried through all this. So
There you go. Yeah, the verses is what we usually went to shows with. That's what really kept people coming back, and we held like a ton of tournaments and stuff like that. And but we do feel like there's I mean, I think since release, I'd probably say cooperative's really been what people have leaned towards. But I'm really interested to see where things grow as we kind of like build our community and such, because there's a little bit of something here for everyone.
So do you have a hard time, because I mean this is a deep game with so many aspects and it's fairly unique. Do you have a hard time like trying to market it and explain it to people where you can actually encapsulate the whole game? Have you found like a nice quick elevator pitch for it, or do you just tell them to jump in and play it?
I mean, we have an elevator pitch. I think that we typically we'll focus on a specific game mode when we are pitching it to specific, depending on who's actually getting involved. But yeah, I do think that like you can't get the entirety of what the game is just through the trailer itself. Mm-hmm. Like you have to actually sit down and play, because even when you start playing, sometimes you don't even realize there's like a bunch of different unleashes and some of the different variants of the game modes and stuff. But that comes with time, really. I think a lot of games have that. I guess you can call it a problem where you have to pitch your game a certain way and kind of cover up what's going on in the background.
Got it. Now you guys were, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have the memory Daryl has, but you were featured in part of a direct, correct? Or
yeah, one of the Nintendo presentations I think had you guys featured a little bit. Do you remember that?
Yeah, so we were in the. I think might got it hung up here, which I'm just gonna restart real quick and get you guys back in the match.
Okay.
But yeah, we were part of the Nintendo Direct, Spring Direct of 2019. I think it was. My timelines are all just. I feel like time just like goes by so fast, but that was like if I were to put like my top 3 moments of this entire journey, that was definitely like either 1 or 2, because I felt like that was the first time that I felt like I was next to some of the other, like, I guess you could say big guys in the industry, because like we were in a showcase room there. There was like a special media event, and like the guys who made Cuphead were there, and my friend is Pedro was there, and it was just a really cool moment to talk to other really awesome guys in the industry and get their feedback, and then also just see people like IGN and stuff walk in, people I had never thought I would talk to. When I started this back in my mom's house when I was, in college and stuff, and it was just a real surreal moment all around.
That's not a bad way to start with your first game there. So go ahead, Daryl.
No, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, when you walk in there, did you suddenly get the feeling like, yeah, this is us now. We did this. Or was it just kind of overwhelming at the time? Like, how does that actually feel?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels gratifying for us to kind of take this whole journey and to have the whole process be as self-published developers, and having this be our first game as well. And there's so many things you learn, and that's why we want to take it that way, because we knew when we kind of got into the industry, we wanted to make it something where we wanted to learn, not just from the development side, but from the business side, all the in and outs, what it takes to release a game, whatever, all the difficulties and the obstacles that we'll run into. We want to make sure that we experience that, and we're still learning. And like I said, we're working on different patches and stuff to make sure things run smoother and things like that. And it's just things you learn, and we're always so excited taking step by step.
Well, I think that's as long as you've been working on this game and the amount of work you've put into it, I think it's awesome you made it right to a Nintendo Direct. Do you just reach out? I mean, I'm kind of hamming for insider info. Do you just reach out to Nintendo and they tell you if you're in the Direct, or did they see your game and they came to you because it had some, word of mouth and publicity, or?
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, we met Nintendo Switch at a small show at Game Devs of Color in Harlem, and it was a Nintendo guy came by our booth and we chatted for a bit, and they just been really helpful on having us teach us as far as the different ways that we can promote our game. And once we kind of got insight that was possibly going to happen, we just honestly followed them at every show we could and kept showing them the next build we have, and kept telling them how excited we are to be in something like that over and over and over. And we're just happy that they eventually let us in.
Nice.
How is the actual community of game developers? Like once you kind of break into the water a little bit, did you get some help and insight from people, or how are people friendly or kind of uptight about it? How's that actually go?
Oh, they're super friendly. No, they're definitely super friendly. I think that's the coolest thing about indie game development. You don't be shy to ask people about things. They will answer all your questions at every stage, and we make sure we do the same thing too. So if there's something we've seen, we want to make sure we give back as well, because that's how we got to where we were, just trying to figure out different info for different people.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I got into the industry, how ready people are to tell their story and give you advice and stuff, because as developers don't get to talk to you all the time. But it's just when we first started just exploring what it meant to be an indie developer. Number 3 didn't want to team up
number
with us.
3 wasn't.
Was that me?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
That guy was too shy.
We used to go to PAX East as attendees just to talk to the developers and be like, hey, how did you guys get here? What is your best tips of how to become a developer? And we would take notes. Mm-hmm. And we applied what some of I think Bastion and the guys who made Explosion Man and stuff, and Shovel Knight, what they were doing back in the day when they started, and we applied a lot of what they did to ourselves to get attention and stuff. And honestly, it works amazing.
That's so cool.
I'm loving that story, because the gamers, I know there's toxic gamers, but our community, we kind of have that same, we're in this together positivity, and it's awesome to hear the developers have that too, especially on the indie side, because I've always said the Switch has been an indies revelation for me.
Sure.
I'm loving finding stories like yours and these incredible games too. So that is awesome to hear, because too, it's so much more than just making the game. You guys hinted at some, right? There's marketing, I'm sure there's legal, and you got to travel to all these conferences, and there's so much.
It's everything. Yeah. It's that's kind of the cool thing, but it's what also keeps you really busy.
Because you guys are just a team of 3, right?
So it's me and my brother are we're the Decoy Games team. We contracted out some things, such as art and music. We contracted out, but as far as the business operations, this is us here.
Yeah. If you told me this game was made by a team of 2, I would not have. I mean, I know you contracted some work, but the visuals, the gameplay is smooth. It's incredible. I would have never pegged this as someone's first time out.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the actual hands on the on the inside of the game, it's 4 people in total. So it's just kind of it's cool, because it's just I always think it's more planning than actual hands on keyboard.
We're playing as we're talking, and I was like, oh man, Shai missed out on the Unleashed there, and then I realized he's gone.
Yeah,
I'm bad enough at games when I fully focus. So
you're back, Shy Guy.
You're back now.
I'm back. Oh, hey.
Yeah,
I see.
Oh, he needs a health.
Yeah.
Top left.
Oh,
we got a health
right.
up there.
I'm coming.
But,
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what we're doing here, because this is actually kind of awesome.
So we're in. Yeah, go ahead, Ahmed.
Yeah, we're playing survival. So it's basically endless waves of enemies. Our survival mode is timed. So basically, each wave you need to make sure you complete it in the right amount of time.
That shark got me last night too.
And you see, now we're on a boss wave. And if the faster you complete it, then that means the quicker that you will gain more Unleash points and things like that. And also, you see when we brought back Shy Guy down there on the left. After every round, if a player is down, you can bring him back by collecting their little Mooba icon.
Awesome.
So we're on wave 11 right now, which is doing pretty good.
Progression,
good for our first time here.
And you guys only died once, which is not a carry.
Well, I died twice, but
yeah, I got one shot by the shark pretty hard.
Yeah, got him I'm back
There-
there.
There's video evidence. I can't deny how bad I'm doing. I love it though. It's funny. I've been on a shmup kick, and I'm always looking for ones that feel unique, right? Not
Right.
And this game nails that.
Cool. Oop.
Oh, freaking shark!
Oh no! No!
Got the shark there. Let's see. Oh,
And it's kind of funny because like the game started as a hyper casual game, and I never designed it in my mind as a shmup. That was never.
yeah, never have.
It started honestly just as a hyper casual, like your typical like collect the goodies kind of game, and you know it was Ahmed's idea to give the guys guns. So at that point, it kind of I guess became a shmup on his own. But originally that wasn't the intention. But I like the direction that it took for sure.
Nice. Oh, got rid of the shark too.
I love that.
Jeez. You can definitely tell who is used to this game.
I'm also like, I don't normally talk and play, so like this is harder than I thought it would be.
Oh, for sure. This took us some practice too. So
Hey, I'm back. All right. Oh man, I love too. I mean, just personally, I have issues when like there's not a lot of contrast or there's like too much flashiness. This game has a nice balance of all that. I just got done. I won't name the game, but I just got done playing another shmup, and I had to put it down because the visuals. Like I just, this game is like easy for me to follow, even though I'm doing poorly. It's not the game's fault.
We had to make sure since it was underwater, because underwater, you know, there's only so many colors you can realistically do.
it's true.
So we wanted to make
Oh, sorry.
There you go, he's still there. We had to make sure that, you know, they want to add color to the game, but nothing too much in the sense that so you can't follow things. So that actually took a good amount of prototypes over and over to change that. I'd say that's one of the things that changed a lot during our process to nail that.
One thing I really like, we talked a little bit of, I'm loving this ramp up, by the way, just because like I'm feeling like, you know, when we started out, it was pretty simple, clear the rooms, and then I start to actually feeling some stress with the game, which like I don't mean that as a bad thing at all. I love it.
Right.
But the one thing I really like is the overall movement options you have, because you kind of got this like 360 movement. It's not overly fast, but you don't feel slow either. It's just kind of, I don't know. It feels really good.
Yeah, we did a lot with the physics, and even like small things people don't realize. Like you kind of like sink to the bottom if you're not moving, given the fact that you are underwater. We actually added some other gimmicks to the Nintendo Switch. Like there's gyro aiming on the Switch for people who are into that.
Oh, nice.
I had not done that yet.
There's also like motion controls too. So if you are using the Joy-Cons, you can whip them. Like I can't show you now because we're on audio, but imagine like you're doing like a yeehaw with a horse. If you whip your controllers up and down, it does the unleash for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you should feel a vibrate at the top,
I'm so
and then
bad.
a vibrate at the bottom of that motion. That kind of give you a good idea of that's a work. Yeah, it's getting.
Oh,
intense
yeah,
right
here
now.
we
Yeah. Don't let the shark hit you though. Take out the small
Yeah.
guys.
I gotta get out of the way of the shark at the bottom.
Well, that's my problem. Don't let the shark hit you. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it took me all of 5 seconds to let the shark hit me. So yep.
That's okay. I'm gonna come back again. I think this is like
Hey,
my
wait.
10th revive.
Oh,
Just me.
Well, what wave are we on right now? Like,
Wave's 20. It's actually really good
Oh,
for
wow.
the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really good for a first one. Right?
that was intense.
And you said that's basically endless, right?
Yeah, just keep going forever and ever. Wave 30 is like the final wave that you get like an orb accomplishment for. So you guys are getting your orbs down there. So what you saw down there at the bottom are the orbs that you've accomplished. So we have 150 challenges in the game.
Wow.
And every time you complete a challenge, you get an orb. And your orbs essentially are what unlock unleashes. So not only do we have those 8 game modes, we have a bunch of different challenges for each game mode that you play and different weapon types that you use and stuff like that. So we're encouraging players to try different modes in order to like power up their player and then, take go and show off cool unleashes and stuff that you unlocked online.
Nice. Now you said there's how many unleashes total?
13.
13. So
Yep.
do you find people too experimenting with different combinations, especially in the competitive, like
Oh, yeah.
lining out their team?
Oh, yeah. For
Nice.
sure. Definitely.
Have you seen so? Like obviously, as you're kind of making, we even see this in Mario Maker as kind of the layman, right? But as you're making a game like this, do you see people take it in a way that you did not expect them to? Like, what's the most surprising thing you've seen somebody try to do?
Oh man, so We have like one guy who, even though like the game wasn't built for solo play, he's just driven to beat every single level by himself, and he's beaten levels that I can't beat on my own that weren't meant to be solo played. So we've seen a lot of that. On the competitive side, like on the two, like because there's 2v2, just seeing the combinations that people use for like really intricate strategic play and stuff. So we took the game to DreamHack, and we even got to see some pro players play the game, and it was really cool to see them like, first of all, just like understand the game so quickly, and then like break it down to a science where they're like saying like which unleashes are best combined with other ones to take out, to counter someone else's moves and stuff like that. So it's just real cool to see. Even some, then you kind of, as a developer, like, oh yeah, I meant to do that, when honestly you just didn't. It just happened that way.
Nice.
All right, so this is one that we saw a lot pre-release. Can you tell us a little bit about this mode?
Sure, yeah. So this is our adventure mode. So there's 5 different levels. They're just like pick 'em and play boss battles, and they all play completely differently. Right now we're doing Deep Blue, which is essentially a chase boss battle. So once we get to a certain part of the level, a humongous whale with really bad dentures is going to start chasing us for a bit. And the whole point is you just got to get your guys to the end. You can shoot back to stun the whale while it chases you. And it's just about like traversing through all the obstacles, and it's like, this isn't like survival. Like all these levels have an end, and like I said, they all play differently. Some of them are like boss battles where you actually have to defeat the boss. Other ones are like chases. There's other ones that are kind of like a maze. So yeah, this was like we consider this one like if there's like a seller, like what's like the flashiest looking mode, this is probably it.
Nice. I will
say
say
it definitely has. Yeah, you will see. Here we go.
Yes, we played the whale last night. He got me a few times.
Yeah.
This is much easier with pros
More
on
people.
our side. Yes.
Not that too. There we go.
So
beautiful.
Is there a reason to do all 4? Like you get a bonus to these unleashes?
Yeah, so you can see if you look at your unleash bar at the bottom, hopefully it doesn't distract you too much, but we got a boost towards our next unleash. Let's go, DW. All right, cool.
I'm trying.
So you get a boost towards your next unleash. So because we used a team unleash, we got a 50% boost, so now you can use your unleashes again even quicker. The more people that team up, the bigger the boost that you get.
Oh, got it.
Awesome.
and Shai is using my favorite piranha. There we go.
We played late last night. I was slap happy. I lost it when we were. Those things are awesome. The whale. So like, how'd you guys settle? Like you said, you contracted some artwork and things.
Teleport.
See, I always forget about the teleport. Like the overall art direction and things, is that just getting a lot of feedback, or did you have like a definite way in mind you wanted this game to look ahead of time, or is that a lot of trial and error too?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to make sure that it was accessible to all ages. Nothing too corny yet nothing too serious. And we settled on our art, and the funny thing is, our game, for the longest period of time, this character was like a full size body. It's like he wasn't like super deformed with a bigger head. And the moment we like kept looking at him, like, dude, he doesn't pop enough. And then as soon as we made him super deformed, it literally actually changed our entire art direction to make sure everything else is consistent with that. We felt like that gave it a little more of a pop, and then all the colors came and everything like that. So yeah, we definitely wanted to make sure that it felt accessible.
So that explains our whale we're looking at. Huh?
yeah, just to make sure.
So awesome. I've got two young kids and one with special needs, so I appreciate the family accessibility and just visually it's accessible too. So I think some devs kind of overlook that, and so gosh, I'm so bad. I appreciate that stuff when stuff like that's taken into consideration.
Yeah, the kids really love the game, and there's been some great YouTube vids with, if you just get 4 kids on a game like in a room, I feel like this is when the game just plays best, and we've been seeing that and want to make sure the opportunity is more for that to happen. So,
and it's kind of crazy now too, because I didn't even realize till I looked, and there's not a lot of kids games in general, like across most. I mean, Switch has probably the most, obviously, but outside of like a few Lego games here and there, like there's just not a lot of games for kids to play today.
Yeah, I'm always struggling with trying to find something that my daughter and I can enjoy together, because
Right.
she's young, but she's also a sensitive little soul. So like,
Right.
So like this is an excellent opportunity. She actually asked if we could play along now, and I was like, well, we already got 4 players, honey. She's like, okay. She understands, but so yeah, that's excellent that was taken into consideration.
That's why we're actually pretty excited about our updates coming forward. So just kind of some insight on that, like to share, is like our next update 1.1 is really more focused on the online play side. While we want to make sure the community grows, first thing we need to do is just make sure it's set up. Oh, gotta focus first if we can all make it. Yeah,
didn't die. Progress.
Look at that.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
You guys should definitely got some unlock some unleashes after that. I just got to tell hyper unleash.
As they say, thanks for the carry.
We all did good there. On our 1.1, we want to make sure the matchmaking is just more simplified. We used to have it where everyone actually right now you have to jump on a different server, then you have to figure out who's on what server. So right now we're making it so that there's only one single server for matchmaking, and then in the background we do some algorithm to put everyone on the best server depending on like the distance of everybody. So we felt like that just make things easier and just getting in and out of matches and fixing some party bugs and things like that. So that's gonna all be in 1.1. You're gonna see a lot of changes there. In 2.0, as you said, like we just want to make sure people play more in the game and not die as much. Like if you're dying a lot, then we want to make sure you can at least come back and just make sure you can enjoy the game more and more. So we're doing a lot of changes, not just across solo to make that experience better, but also across a lot of the adventure game modes. You'll see a lot of more checkpoints, a lot more opportunities to just play when you're online. So we found that some people might be dying too quickly and have to get back in a match. So we want to make sure we fix that. So I'm really excited about the 2.0 version. I think it's gonna have a nice, almost just another clean feel to the game. So we're really branding it that way, and hopefully get that out to you guys by the end of the month.
Oh wow!
End of the month. Okay.
That's
next
Should we do
one.
versus
Next
or
one.
should we go adventure? I don't know.
I'm okay with anything.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to show.
I think we should do 2v2.
Okay, let's do that. Makes sense.
Oh, good lord, why? No.
Well, it's
No,
really.
we'll split it. It'll be me and my brother on opposite teams. There we go.
Okay.
I apologize, whoever has me. I've never tried bomb drone. I'll give it a.
Yeah.
He's doing vortex. Kind of want to do bomb. I'll do medic.
Cool. So this is team deathmatch. So the team with the most KOs at the end of 3 minutes, I think I chose, wins.
So are we trying to shoot each other?
So me and Shy Guy are in the same team. We're the both shades of blue. We want to take out the green guys.
Cool. So I get to chase TJ around. Perfect.
There you go. Yep. And I'll keep Brother Man off your back.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
And every time that you do get KO'd, there's like a 3-second respawn and you come back. So
I'm used to that. I play Splatoon. All I do is respawn.
Like, I'm so good at this. I just keep coming back.
Yeah.
We're on the board.
All right, they got a little bit ahead. It's all good. We'll come back here.
Now can.
Get Shy Guys. Health slow.
Yep.
I'll shield you.
I'm out of teleports. I'm dead.
Good job.
I was trying to get to that health. Too single-minded.
I'll watch out for the missiles.
Yeah, what's funny is I don't really know what all the sub-weapons do yet. So
They're key. They're definitely key. So
messing
there's
with
one
those
that
earlier.
shocks you. That's the one that kind of looks like a lightning bolt. There's a bomb, which is a super powerful explosion. There's a trip mine, which is little like lasers that you attach to the wall, and once the enemy go over that trip mine, it will explode. And then there's a heat seeker, which does that. Heat seeker.
Ooh.
Only I can miss with the bomb.
Nice landed bomb shot. Always feels good. I got you.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Got
you're
you,
the best.
Gabby.
Good work.
Good.
Health. Oh, I used
There
all
we
my
go.
teleports though. Uh-oh.
there we go.
What does this do? Uh-oh. Right
So he's stuck.
away.
Take him out. I'm gonna let you take care of him.
Uh-oh.
I've got a bomb too.
There you go.
That was disrespectful.
That just felt wrong.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah. Anytime you got a little icon right next to your right of your HUD, you got a secondary weapon. Just hit that L trigger to shoot it.
I
Trip
found
line's
any
always
more.
good to throw on that. Yep, there you go.
I found any more
Unleash
if
Shy
I'm
Guy.
on oh, I have. Okay, what do I?
Yep, use it.
There
Y
we
button.
go.
There you go. Or X button. Use on Switch. I forgot.
Actually, I'm on PC right now,
Oh, there you go. Okay.
which means
Yeah, so we're cross playing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got a little bit of everything right now. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
We got every console going.
Yeah. Nice. I found any more with multiplayer. If I'm laughing and smiling, like, because some games I think have lost a sense of fun. Like,
Oh my god.
this is
yeah, for
intense,
sure.
but it's fun. Like, I've basically been smiling the whole time that we've been playing. My cheeks hurt. But
Get it.
very different game, but it still gives me the same sense of fun I got from playing Ultimate Chicken Horse. Like, it's just a blast.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. We actually were at a lot of conventions, small
Yeah,
conventions.
they're in Massachusetts a lot with us, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's always cool to
That's
see the indies who like kind of started around the same time, and seeing them go far in their journey and stuff.
Man.
Oh boy.
Dude, a good medic, just changes it up.
I agree, and I appreciate you.
We're still the same now. We're still down by
It's
2.
close. It's close. They're down by
Why are you
2.
a tiny
There we
ball?
go. Let's get this
no,
good
no,
big KO.
no.
Big. Oh, that was my fault.
Oh gosh!
Oh,
I
you
ran
fell
right
into
into that. Can we shoot those, or are they just there?
You can teleport through them,
Okay.
and they won't do damage to you.
Okay. I have a nice. Let's go.
Close.
Hey, that's a good match. I just want to say you guys both had 5 and 4 respectively, so it was definitely no carry there. That was
It was a little
Even
bit of a
across the
carry
board.
in both cases.
We're catching on though. I just love there's so much depth to explore too. When I first booted the game, I didn't realize all the modes till I started going through, and it's pretty robust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot to do, and every time you get a new Unleash, it kind of feels like you're playing a new experience, because as soon as you add something different to the game, then everything balances out again. Like, it's like a rebalance every time a new Unleash gets brought into the match. So we're hoping, like, every time you get one, it almost feels like a new experience.
So did you guys, because you said balancing was an issue with all, because 13's a lot of, that's a big game of rock, paper, scissors. So did you find you were playing so much and you're coding this game and playing that you had to go outsource to get help for balance? Because like, and you can get stuck in your own mind, like in a box, so to speak.
Yeah, I'd like to say it definitely was the biggest challenge, but I think also our biggest accomplishment. If you said for me to pick one thing about the game I felt very confident on that we did really well, it would be the balancing. And we knew we had to focus on that, because with those many different things, and the really different thing about this game is typically when you have stuff like ultimates, you have to focus on just versus. But we had to, without changing how the ultimate or our Unleashed works, we had to make sure it worked in co-op as well, the same way. So that was a real challenge to figure that out. But once we did, I mean, it was just something that we felt separate ourselves with other games. And a lot of people were just going to conventions, playing it over and over. That was really what helped. So we always thank all the testers and people playing in our betas that kept tweaking here and there. But we feel very good about the Unleashes and the balancing now.
So what are we doing here? Oh, we're doing Orb Rush.
So this is Orb Rush. This is like our play on Capture the Flag. We're doing it free for all, so everyone for themselves. So the point of this game is to get the orb from the middle of the screen and bring it back to your respective pod. And every time you bring it back, you score a point. You cannot teleport while you have the orb. And also, if you're holding the orb and you take damage, it will pop out of you.
Oh, okay.
So this one's pretty hectic, but this is one of the more fan favorite modes of the game.
Oh, I
And
can't
the
teleport.
stage is splitting up.
You just said that. I tried to teleport anyway.
The little trick is you can teleport into the orb so you can collect it.
Pick it up.
Oh,
It's like that.
Nice.
Cap, good cap. And you got a orb challenge.
Sneaky, sneaky.
All right. Well, we know who's in the lead, so we know who can't cap here.
All right.
No. Don't worry about it.
I'll take that. I'll take
Oh, I
that.
just messed up my teleport.
Man.
I'll take that. Thank you.
I'll forward another. There's also a team of this too, so you play 2v2, and each team gets an orb
That's so cool.
that they need to try capping.
Team orb rush is actually possible.
Why are you...
Oh,
Daryl's over here murdering me in the corner. I'm not even a threat.
Just cause, man. I don't know. Like I said, don't worry about it. No, don't get it.
So are all the versus 2v2, are there 4v4 modes?
No 4v4 in this. So
Okay.
for this Swimsanity, we are only doing 4-player. But I mean, people have approached us about doing 4v4, and we are very intrigued by the idea.
I heard the this in there, so
Yeah.
this Swimsanity. No! Oh, man. This is an awesome mode. Oh, and the... Okay. Oh.
Nice grab. Oh man, DW's over here just like
He's
staying
sneaky.
out of the chaos.
You gotta
Just
watch him.
shooting
He's
everybody.
sneaky.
Just waiting for everyone to die.
I'm tied to win right now. So.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I don't
Yeah.
have mine. No.
Nice
no.
use.
Oh. I'm dead.
Oh, stop.
No.
Oh, good move.
You're my friend. Stop.
Says the man who's murdered me more than once. Oh
Yeah.
no, prawn! I'm not getting away from the prawn. Run away! Can I? Okay, I can still take your health down.
Yeah, you can still shoot it. Yeah, you still got
Okay.
health and all.
Now, do you need to attack with the prawn, or you just run into people?
Just run into people.
Okay.
It's like Pac-Man.
It's like a big bulldozer. That's awesome.
Just really trying.
Yeah, I gotta say, like I like everything that we've played thus far. This is my favorite mode.
This is the so this one actually, like in the reviews and everything, this has been the favorite for a lot of people.
I can definitely see why. This is fantastic.
But I mean, I'm just thinking, what a great party game. Should we ever be able to allow local co-op again? Like, you could all the different modes. You can run a whole party, like a game night, just
for
on this
sure.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what, and our goal was like, all right, whatever mode you feel like you love, and everyone loves different ones. You know, that's what you can play, and there's plenty of depth for that. So we wanted to make sure we just have a full collection of game modes and work with that. Oh man,
I will say,
Oh,
yeah, that's been a pleasant surprise. When I watched the trailer, I know you can only fit so much in a minute and a half, but man, this is impressive and fun.
Well, I used to go to Smash tournament.
No! Oh! I was fine. I have 0 on the board.
I used to be big in Smash tournaments and stuff. I would love to take this to a Smash tournament.
yeah, Super Smash is definitely a big. Cool.
No. Oh, I got closed by the door.
Nice.
The door got me.
Thank you, Door. Oh, that was for the win.
Yeah.
That was the cap. Yeah, that was it.
Nice. Now, because we're a Nintendo podcast, even though I'm playing on PC, does the Switch allow the local co-op, or does it have to go online?
Everything has local co-op, yeah.
Okay.
And the Switch, you can play with any controller orientation too. So even if you have a single Joy-Con,
Oh,
you can turn sideways, and the second, the directional pad or the joystick, depending on which one you have,
Okay.
shoots while aiming. So, yeah, we want to make sure on the Switch, it's very versatile for local co-op or local versus.
Nice. Yeah, we're so portable. That's perfect. I teach and I have a gaming club, and yeah, you'd just be surprised the number of students that'll just pop that kickstand out and share a Joy-Con. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Another thing, that was the thing we want to do is make sure for a multiplayer game, really every way you feel like you should be able to play together, you can. So one thing I get frustrated too is a lot of games you can't go online with someone locally. So you can do that up to 2 other players. So if you, and your daughter want to go online, you can do that and play with 2 other people.
Oh,
Just
that's
party up.
awesome.
So
that's gonna be perfect. So
Get you back in the game, DW. I sent you an invite to jump back in. Let's let you
No
catch up
problem.
in the group. Alright, cool.
Let me go. I'll go shock.
We'll do a team orb rush on this one. So
yeah, I love
2v2.
Team Orb Rush.
And what do we do here? Go back to
So-
Deep Blue.
Now, I mean, we're a little bit detached from the actual release of the game. So at this point, how have you seen the reception of the game? Has it met what you wanted it to be? Has it been like surprising?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Go ahead.
the crazy thing is, like, it's hard to say the expectations because this is our first time doing it. It's been great in our perspective, and it's been a great learning experience as well. And we're also excited about some things coming up. And the feedback has been really good. And we had things that we got good feedback on, like close to the solo play was like probably one of the ones that was probably the biggest surprise for us is how much people wanted to play solo. And that's where we're like, all right. I mean, we looked at each other like, honestly, we just didn't design the game for solo. So let's just make sure we do that. And we know that we're going to be able to make those solo players pretty happy with the experience, as well as making sure the online experience keeps improving as well. So yeah, it's been pretty amazing experience with the console support has been great. Like Nintendo has been showing us a good amount of support in Xbox as well. And then with the, that PS4 release coming up soon, and we hope that also kind of gives a boost to the community for all the Nintendo Switch, players listening. So we're excited.
I think the biggest surprise for me, like releasing our first game, is a lot of, and us included, but a lot of indies kind of see the release as the finish line. But God, like, it is not the finish line. It is a whole new slew of work. I mean, I feel like I've been the most busy during this month period or whatever than I have in a really long time. So there's just a lot to do in general when your game is released, and that's been a lot of the learning experience, to be honest with you.
Protect the orb. All right, so yeah, we're playing Team Orb Rush. So now there's 2 orbs on the screen.
Go the other way.
So we have to grab our orb.
You're good.
No, you're not. I got him.
That was not nice. I'm dead.
That random shot just got me.
Oh, this is awesome.
Go.
They're gonna get it.
I mean, honestly, the net play feels solid too, because I know they mentioned you had the rollback netcode. I mean, I'm not experiencing any stuttering or lag whatsoever, and I live in the middle of nowhere in Kentucky, so my distance to most people is pretty big. So this is impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, that was actually one thing that we actually delayed the game a bit in order to make sure we had that in there. We just felt like it was important to have that quality online experience. We're very, very excited about how well it kind of turned out.
Sorry, left you hanging for a little bit there.
Yeah, you gotta help that guy out. You have to decide. It's like, do you want to get the orb? Or
do you want to defend it? Exactly.
Does this mode always have 2 orbs in the team?
Yep.
Cool. I didn't expect it to have 2 orbs. I actually kind of love what that does.
Yeah. It's like capture and defend the flag.
Oh yeah, go.
Come on, shoot him. Can he get
it?
Yes.
Yeah. One strategy with Team Orb Rush is to defend. Yeah, no, Shy Guy. I give it up for Shy Guy on that.
Actually,
I finally did a thing.
One strategy is when someone else has the orb is to shield them. The other player shields them so they're not taking the shots and losing the orb. We're about to get destroyed with this combo.
I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna do anything.
I'm not coming out yet.
Yeah, and all the unleashes work. There's always something that offsets a different unleash. So, trying to counter one is always one of those strategies to use.
Okay, I'll defend ours.
I got
a good spot for me.
Got a 1-on-1 battle over here. Oh.
You're on your own.
I'm out of teleport. I didn't realize I was out of. I never watched my teleport counter. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh man.
We got a match here.
This is gonna be also. Daryl mentioned we have our Discord community. This game is something I can't wait for us to dive into in there too. Because we've been starting community game nights, so this is perfect match.
Nice.
Also, if you could stop shooting me, so I'm gonna leave.
Go ahead.
All right.
I will not stop shooting you. It's not gonna happen.
I'm leaving the community. Okay. Wow, they got the orb.
It's okay. He's not getting anywhere with that.
If we can get that.
So are you controlling where the shark goes now?
Oh yeah, I can aim it up and down the left side, each side of the screen, so I get 3 shots. It's kind of bulky and slow.
That's like my nemesis, though, right?
Yeah. See, they took it out.
All right, go ahead. I got you.
I'm trying.
That was close. Sean.
I kind of forgot I couldn't teleport with it.
It's okay. We're gonna tie it up.
Oh, that's a big shot. That was a big shot up there.
I'm gonna shield.
This is insane.
Human shield. Oh, I was trying to just shield my.
Teleports too.
All right,
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Back. You can also push the orb, so if you swim the opponent's orb, you can keep pushing.
Nice.
You need to push it back.
Good use.
Safety.
All right, watch out for DW. Don't get close to that thing.
Okay.
Oh, we're close to it.
Let's go. That's clean. Here we go.
That might be it.
I think I missed what the thing was.
While I was distracting you guys, DW was out there capping.
Nice.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's a good match.
Oh man.
There's so much you could do with that mode. I like that so much. It's kind of a build up on the capture the flag format, but I don't know, something about this game, I felt like I was controlling an area more so than something like capture the flag, so it's just neat.
And we have a lot of other game modes that we're hoping that we can add. Because we took so many out over the years, going through so many iterations that we want to bring back. game modes, unleashes, adventure levels that we have just kind of ready to add to the game.
That's awesome. I love the continued support too.
Yep.
It seems to be the norm but it's also a mark of quality, I think.
Yeah.
So
I think we probably have time for about one more.
Sure. So, any requests for game modes?
Yeah, let them choose.
I said, do you guys have a favorite? Have we seen them all?
Yeah, the only one we haven't seen was Last Move of Stand, which is another versus, or we can go back to a co-op mode if you want.
Pick whatever you think is the craziest one. Let's just do it.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna go back to co-op, and we're going to do
Piranha Bay.
I'll do Piranha Bay.
Okay. When they both agree on which one is the craziest one, I get a little nervous. Like, what did I just ask for?
As long as you can do it with a team of 3, I'll be busy respawning in the corner. But
well, if it's Piranha Bay, I might as well. If you can't beat them,
join them. No, I feel like I'm catching on quite a bit. I love too. It's like one of those easy to pick up, difficult to master.
Well, when we started, I literally we hadn't played very much ahead of this. A few rounds of such. I didn't know the teleport mechanic, which literally changes everything. So I was like swimming around getting eaten by sharks. I could have just, I don't know, hit the B button and.
Yeah, once you know how to teleport, the sharks aren't as menacing as they look. You just have to be ready to hit it and save them.
So, I mean, in all this, it sounds like this has sounded like a real success story for you guys getting this out and all that. But what was one of the biggest challenges that you actually faced in actually trying to get this out, or in development, or so? Just something you struggled with.
I mean, there's so many, because it's that's part of learning, or the challenges that you come across, and I get you can call it failure, but I always just call it a learning experience. But I think one of the big ones we kind of touched on a bit before is the online play. We ran a beta early on, and it was not this. It actually it was lagging really bad. Whoever was the host had a humongous advantage, and things weren't lined up. And the crazy thing is that we ran into that issue right before the Nintendo Direct, and when we went to go talk to the people who actually who developed the internet side of the gameplay, was right after the Direct, and they told us that we had to essentially start from scratch because we weren't approaching it the right way.
Oh
wow.
And that was right after riding the high of the Direct. That was such an emotional roller coaster to hear that we essentially had to start from scratch again.
Let's do it.
Yep, definitely. That was a good time to use it.
Getting crazy. Said you want it crazy. We're getting crazy.
I'm digging this. So now, I'm no dev. I'm a math and physics guy. So you talked about the fallback with the online play. That's no small feat, right? It's my understanding online play sometimes takes as much development time as the game itself.
Yeah.
Right. So do you guys just burn the candle at both ends and do what you had to do, or was your release date set by then?
It was set. That was the crazy. We just had a trailer on the Nintendo Direct, which was one of their biggest directs they ever had. That went out to millions of people. That said, and I always joke, I will never forget this month and date combination. But summer 2019 will always haunt me, because that was the first release date we ever announced on a humongous stage. And the week after we announced that, we hear we need to start all over again.
Man.
To do the netcode, in order to pull that off, the rollback is you have to make sure the coding is separate, runs separately from everything you see. That's the trick. That's the hierarchy trick to it. And our game was all in the Unity engine, and so what you see and what's coded visually versus the simulation was the same. So you had to take your simulation out. So that basically mean we had to recode all the logic of the game.
Wow.
And it was a pretty big effort, but it was worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth it. I mean,
That's right.
Now, do you guys have problems with the Switch adapting for it? Where it lacks its power? I know some developers have struggles with that.
I mean, like I said, it is like if you release on mobile, obviously it's much stronger than mobile. But yeah, we didn't make too many sacrifices, which we're pretty excited about, like gameplay wise. So like your background probably is not doing as much as the one I'm visually looking at of whoever's on the Switch. But yeah, there's always room for improvement as well. So
I still see tanks shooting at things, so I'm good.
Yeah, we made sure all the good stuff is in there. So like, if you're like on PC, there's like a ton of sea creatures in the background, like swimming when the piranhas come. So we had to make sure that wasn't going too crazy on the Switch. But in general, we didn't find we had to make too many sacrifices, which we were pretty excited about.
Like we did do some extra, like I said, gave us some extra love as far as like the controller support and stuff like that. I think the biggest difference you probably see is like loading. Like when you're loading up an online match, you have to wait longer for the Switch players and stuff. But
yeah, the loading's definitely longer, and obviously some of the frame rate. I think we lock at 30 on the Switch. We just felt like that was just a better experience instead of trying to hit 60 and have it be waving too much. And then if you're on some of the platforms, might hit the 60. But yeah, I mean, in general though, it feels like it plays well for us.
Yeah, I'm on PC and it's smooth as can be. So
that's PC and Xbox right now are the premier plays for sure.
Oh wow!
Oh, I'm dead.
No.
Just me.
Okay, it wasn't just me.
Nowhere.
Ooh. Trying to outrun this so I can survive.
Checkpoint.
Oh man.
We tried.
So close to the boss.
There's your teaser.
Nice.
There's a teaser for the boss. It's like the 90s demos where it end right before the boss, and
Yep.
There you go.
the CD you have.
And the last piece of this video has to be like the boss, just like a like quarter-second cut of the boss, just like coming at the camera. Yeah.
I got so sick of those demos. Like I get it.
Hey guys, I mean this has been fantastic. Thanks so much for doing this with us. Where can people catch you on social media?
Yeah, so you guys can follow us, Decoy Games, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So we're just Decoy Games on Facebook and Twitter, Decoy Games _official on Instagram. Our Discord is just search Swimsanity. We're always up there. We do like dev play sessions and stuff. We'd love to join your guys' play session as well if you guys have those also. If you guys are like developers or you have questions about indie gaming, we also have channels for that. Or really just anything, any question. Doesn't have to be Swimsanity related. Definitely hit us up on Discord. Other than that, Swimsanity, you can buy it now on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, Steam, PlayStation coming very soon. So hop on and play. Let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, I've been super impressed, to be honest. As something, it was kind of eye catching and kind of something that we all kind of noticed. But as far as how much depth there actually is to it, I could not be more impressed, especially for a first effort. Goodness. I always try to ask this question of people we have on our show. Other than your own game, what other games have you been playing lately? Like, what is there anything that you'd like to shout out?
What have I been playing lately? So I've been playing. I own literally every. I'm that guy, by the way. I own every single year of NBA 2K, literally going back to the first one. So when people are like, oh, they're just gonna keep buying it even though they make the same game over and over again, I'm that guy.
You're like, yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the reason they keep doing that. I've also been playing, it's a bit older, but Tales of Vesperia, the definitive edition that came out on Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Because I also play every Tales game, by the way, so going back and playing that's been crazy fun.
Do you think that's the best one?
That was the one where they made like the turn to like modern RPG. The best one, in my opinion, is Tales of Berseria.
Oh wow!
Because in my opinion, like that one had a very dark feel to it, and like the story was just super engaging. And it was one of those, when you play certain games and it finishes and you like can't do anything for the rest of the day because you're just thinking about the ending.
Yeah.
That was one of those games for me that is just like I can't talk to anybody. I'm emotionally hurt on the inside. But that, and then I'd probably just say like I've been kind of messing around with Mega Man and Overcooked here and there. So I have a long list of games I just need to get back on.
Yeah, for me, as kind of close to obviously been so busy with development, so I try to pick up something. So many games I need to catch up on, but yeah, I usually throw on my Switch. I've been progressing slowly through Astral Chain. I think the game's amazing. Always go back to that single player. Other than that too, I play a lot of Assault Android Cactus. I don't know if you ever heard of that game, but it's another little shoot 'em up.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's just like, especially if you're not really feel like thinking too much about what you're playing. You just want to, just shoot stuff. I always felt like the game played super smooth. I wish I had a lot of popularity. I just love playing that game. But yeah, there's I'm waiting for like Cyberpunk to come out.
Okay.
I've been telling Khalil for like 2 years. Once that game's out, I'm taking like a 2-week vacation. Don't talk to me. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So whenever that happens, there won't be a lot of Swimsanity updates. Just throwing that out there. So that's what I've been waiting for. So
we want them to delay that. That game. 2022. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Is there anything else that you want to let people know about, or any updates or anything? We've kind of been talking the whole time.
Yeah, just keep following us and let us know how you like the game. We plan on being here for the long run, so we're hoping to keep supporting Swimsanity and other games in the future as well.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me.